Hi everyone, it's me Pratima and this is the Xiaomi 13T Pro. Xiaomi has been doing a decent job in the flagship space these past couple of years with its Pro and Ultra lineup. The T series is a toned down version of Xiaomi flagships focusing mostly on the performance and camera side of things. Here, this year, Xiaomi 13T Pro brings like a branded camera setup along with MediaTek's high-end Dimensity 9200 Plus chipset and a top-quality display. Interestingly, the base variant of this device has 12GB RAM and 512GB of storage and is currently available for just $650. I have been daily driving this thing for about 2 weeks now, so let me share all my experiences with you. Okay, design-wise, with the Xiaomi 13T Pro, Xiaomi has worked on something that was previously missing on Semi or even some of the flagship Xiaomi devices. Yes, I am talking about an official IP rating. This thing is IP68 rated against dust and water, which means I don't have to worry about spilling water or tea on it or even taking it out on a rainy day. Having a proper IP rating really gives you that peace of mind. But except that, I feel like the phone has a very generic look. Maybe I feel that way because I have this glossy black color option which catches smudges just like that. The Xiaomi 13 Pro is actually available in a blue and green leather back finish which looks way better. So if you're thinking of getting this phone, I would definitely suggest you get one of those. And having just tested the iPhone 15 and the Pixel 8, I didn't find the hands-on feel of this device to be that good either. The weight distribution is even here, but the phone is heavy and slightly bulky for my hands, so it hasn't been the most comfortable experience holding this phone for longer hours. Again, if you have large hands, at least larger than mine, then you might not have such issues altogether. Regardless, the display on the Xiaomi 13T Pro is just gorgeous. It's a 6.67 inches AMOLED screen with 144Hz refresh rate and all the bells and whistles you can possibly find on a flagship smartphone screen, resulting in a fantastic viewing experience. I watched ton of HDR and Dolby Vision mastered content on Netflix here and everything just looks like a wow. Also, this is a really bright screen, so I've had no issues using it in bright outdoor conditions either. Xiaomi claims that it has a peak brightness of 2600 nits and you can go up to 1200 nits in the auto mode. Likewise, the fingerprint sensor here is fast and I'm happy to report that the phone has a very refined vibration feedback too, all thanks to the X-axis vibration motor on this thing. So the overall display experience has been great here. Plus, this is a flat screen, so no issues with accidental touches or such either. The stereo speakers on this device follow suit too. The Xiaomi 13T Pro also has spatial audio support and it works well in supported content. Likewise, the core audio quality is good here. It's not iPhone 15 Pro Max or S23 Ultra kind of good, but it's good enough for casually listening to music or watching movies and shows, so no complaints on that part either. The only thing that has bugged me a little bit is the fact that even though this display can refresh up to 144Hz, you can't use the UI and stuff in 144Hz here for some reason. There are only specific apps and games that run at 144Hz. Rest everything can just go up to 120Hz. And surprisingly, you don't even get the option to set 144Hz refresh rate as default. So I set it to auto, where most of the apps and the UI run at 120Hz while the display shifts to 60 or 30Hz depending on the content that's playing on the screen. But that aside, I've got to say that this phone is fast, like really fast. It features Dimensity 9200 Plus chipset, which is MediaTek's flagship chipset from last year, and I have to say that I got very stable performance from this phone. Normal everyday tasks ran like a breeze on it, and even heavy multitasking was not an issue either. Gaming too was a pleasant experience. PUBG is optimized to run at 90 FPS on this phone and I was consistently getting about 88 FPS in the game without any stutter or frame drop whatsoever. The Xiaomi 13T Pro is also optimized to run some games like Mech Arena at higher refresh rate and I was easily able to get more than 100 FPS in the said game. I have to tell you that it did not quite reach 144 FPS. It was stuck at around 115 or 125 FPS, but the gameplay was smooth nonetheless, and during those gaming sessions, I did not experience overheating in this device either, so that is nice. However, playing Genshin Impact was a different story. Playing the game for about 30 minutes in high settings and 60 FPS mode, the phone's temperature rose to about 42 degrees, and while the initial FPS I got was a solid 55, but later the FPS dropped to 44 with slight fluctuation every now and then. And even when I ran a 30-minute CPU throttling test, the phone's temperature rose to a whopping 44.7 degrees, while another 30-minute 4K video recording test made the phone heat up to 42 degrees. I know this looks bad, but it does not necessarily have to be so, because if you look at this graph, the CPU only throttled to 80% of its max performance, which is not bad. This means even though the Xiaomi 13T Pro gets warm, the performance levels are not compromised. So in the performance department, I really don't have a lot to complain about. And with the Xiaomi 13T series, Xiaomi has finally promised to provide 4 years of OS and 5 years of security updates, which means Xiaomi is finally in the same league as Samsung's and OnePlus's of the world when it comes to updates, and I am very happy to see that. However, I wish Xiaomi shipped the Xiaomi 13T series with HyperOS 2 just like the new Xiaomi 14 series. According to Xiaomi, it has taken them 7 years to develop and perfect HyperOS, which promises better connectivity, security, etc. among other things. As things stand, the Xiaomi 13T Pro comes with MIUI 14 on top of Android 14, and although it is optimized well here and I also haven't faced any lags, but in general MIUI is one of my least preferred UIs in the Android world. It is bloated with a lot of unnecessary apps, the UI animations are quite heavy, and it does not quite have a modern look and feel, so I really hope that changes in the future. Other than that, I also like how Xiaomi has optimized the battery on the 13T Pro. I used it in the balanced mode and I was getting around 7 hours of screen on time doing normal everyday chores, so that's great. And with the 120-watt charger that is included inside the box, the phone would get filled in around 27 minutes with the charge boost option turned on. Okay, so for a $650 phone, the Xiaomi 13T Pro does a commendable job, but how does it do in the camera department? Here you get a 50 megapixel primary and a 50 megapixel telephoto camera, both optimized with Leica, and then we have a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle lens. Xiaomi provides 2 color options for shooting, the Leica Vibrant and Leica Authentic modes, and like the name suggests, if you prefer punchy colors, the Vibrant mode is what you should opt for, while if you love toned down colors, the Authentic mode will provide a better output for you. I shot in both the modes and I like the Vibrant mode while shooting artifacts, while I prefer the Authentic mode while clicking pictures of landscapes. Apart from the colors, the overall dynamic range and details in the pictures is good. Especially during nighttime, the phone is able to pull some great shots with amazing sharpness. I generally do not use the night mode at all since the normal mode resulted in natural looking details and better highlight management. The ultra-wide-angle images though is nothing to write home about. They are very generic with lesser details than normal photos. In terms of portraits, I like how Xiaomi lets you choose different focal lengths and effects. I like the 50mm and 35mm equivalent portrait modes better than the others because it produces a more pleasing color tone in them. I also shot a few portraits in the Leica black and white mode, and I have to say that it's good. Having said that, if you compare its portraits with something like the Pixel 8 or the Galaxy S23, you might be a little disappointed with Xiaomi because you will get more natural looking images with better bokeh and everything with those smartphones. The selfies are just okay too. More often than not, I was getting a pink tint in the images, and Xiaomi tends to soften the skin tone and brighten it up. So for someone like me who prefers a natural output, I was not very thrilled with the results. Then again, it might not be the same for others, so you can take my samples as reference and decide for yourself. But I am happy to report that this phone has a capable videography department, at least with the rear camera. You can shoot at up to 4K 24fps videos with it, and the results are actually not bad. But then again, I am one of those people who thinks 8K video recording is an overkill for smartphones, and I did not really make that much use of it. I mostly shot in 4K 60 and 30fps, and the videos come out nice and stable. Xiaomi does crop in for better stabilization, so the field of view is not the widest, but the results are good nonetheless. So like with most Xiaomi phones, even from the Xiaomi 13T Pro, you can only shoot at up to 1080p 30 fps from the selfie camera, which is a bummer for a phone in this price range. The field of view is not the widest either, and you have some smoothing going on in the subject's face as well. It's not bad for a selfie camera, but would I recommend it to vloggers? I don't think so. Alright, with this, I think I've discussed everything about the Xiaomi 13T Pro. For some $650, this phone offers excellent value in my opinion. Its cameras are good, it has powerful performance, it has IP rating, better software commitment, and its display is top-notch too. There are a few aspects that Xiaomi could have done better, like the selfies and better portraits, but overall Xiaomi is in the right direction with the 13T Pro. Likewise, I hope to see this phone getting launched in markets like India as well. If it is priced aggressively at around 45,000 rupees, I can see Xiaomi India making a comeback in the premium segment, which they are currently lagging behind. Alright everybody, that was all for my full review of the Xiaomi 13T Pro. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.